These are the HVAC condensing units. This is the large one because it's bigger. This is the smaller one because it's smaller. This one's 22 years old. This one, I think, is 13 years old. This equipment is engineered on paper to last 20 years. It might last 35. But Las Vegas is going to give you 14 years. After 14 years, this equipment has done everything we expected it to do. This one has done much more than we expected it to do. And this one's about to run out of time. Both of them have R22 refrigerant in them. Okay, R22 is no longer manufactured in the United States, no longer legally imported in the United States. It's an obsolete system. Do they have it stockpiled? Can you still buy it? Yeah. Is it expensive? You bet it's expensive. And they have drop-ins, alternative refrigerants, but even those aren't as efficient as the refrigerant that you have. So replacing it with a different refrigerant is really not the answer either. Any technician that comes out here to talk to you about your air conditioning systems, look at them, are going to rightfully so recommend that you budget for replacement. These are the electric service disconnects. They're behind the units. I've got the dead fronts off so we can see how they're laced up. That's the original stuff. Been amazing. You know, I mean, that's all the original. Got the original breaker in there. When this guy was replaced, 13 years ago, he's much more efficient. This guy requires a 50 amp breaker. This guy requires a 20 amp breaker. You've got a 40 amp breaker installed on the electric service panel. What's going to happen with that, okay, is that the breaker will not trip in a timely manner. Okay, the electric service disconnects are not supposed to be located behind the units, and they should be sealed on 3 sides like the electric meter. They should be sealed on to keep moisture from going inside of your walls. Here's an electric service outlet. I was kind of saving this. We do not have an end-use cover, but we're supposed to have one here, and we do, and that's a good thing. And we got power, and it's not we got power, and it's not GFCI protected. It's not GFCI protected. Let me write that down. Inoperable receptacle on north wall on the east side of the shed. We saw that in another video. And no GFCI protection on the receptacle by the condensing units. Now these condensing units, you know, 2015 is when this came into effect. Okay, so probably 2015. Where are we at here? 2009. Okay, so it wasn't required when these units were installed, but it's an energy savings, so it makes the report. This is the wrong kind of insulation. In fact, we're missing insulation right here. That's the wrong kind of insulation. Okay, and we're missing some insulation over there too. And then the Schrader valve caps, look that up in the dictionary. Your refrigerant service valve access port caps should be anti-theft. They should be anti-theft. So there we go. I've got still images of the data plates. So we just got it here for everybody's attention. There we go. So what did we learn? We also learned that this unit is not 3 inches. These units, even though they're on a nice big pad, they're supposed to be elevated a minimum of 3 inches above grade. So what did we learn? We learned that our condensing units are not elevated 3 inches above grade. Wrong kind of insulation. We do not have anti-theft Schrader valve caps. A small unit is overfused. The electric disconnects are located behind the units. The electric disconnects are not sealed.